Now springtime, and it's time to think about summer driving. What do you guys do for a car in the spring?
Well, normally when a customer brings a car in the springtime, we ask them if they're having any issues over the winter.
Sure.
That could have been, and they've sort of waited till they were going to bring the car in.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they don't have any real issues, we take it for a test drive to see if we notice any issues with the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then we bring it in on the lift, and then we give it a thorough check over. Like usually in the spring, we're taking winter tires off and putting summer tires on. At the same time, we check the brakes and the front end and to see if there's any issues to ensure that there's no future problems coming up for the summer. Because we're hoping for summer, but it's still spring.
But I guess it's the best time to bring it in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this way, and we can also, when we're doing our pre-check there, we can also see if there's any potential issues going to be coming up.
I see. Okay, we're going to have a pretty salty, I call it a salty winter, because we put a lot of salt in the roads. Does this really bother cars? And what type of cars does it generally bother when it happens?
Well, the newer cars, they tend to have, they tend to rust a lot easier because they've sort of been scrimping on, I'm not going to say undercoating, but cars aren't undercoated as much as they used to anymore. So it's causing corrosion issues, especially with a lot of the newer cars use lightweight aluminum. And the salt loves aluminum.
It certainly loves aluminum. But does it actually cause engine failure? You look for this.
Not so much engine failure, it's more suspension failures we're finding.
Okay.
Because the cars are made lighter and the metals are lighter. And the new stuff, the liquid stuff they're spraying on the road, the brine or stuff like that, it's like battery acid on the car parts.
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
good.
That doesn't sound very good at all.
No.
No. Maybe good for the people who are in the car repair business, but not too good for everybody. So I guess you've got to have a check because, what sort of thing could happen, let's say, if you don't check on your car in the spring?
Well, basically you could have like brake failure. Brake lines are bad for all the salt and corrosion stuff.
Yeah.
Potential, suspension failure, especially with the potholes. I don't know if you've noticed lately when you drive around, the potholes seem to be a lot bigger.
They certainly do, and it must be hellish hard on suspensions.
It is, and because cars are made tighter and lower to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
it's causing, it's harder on the vehicle.
Well, Larry, could you give me an idea how much it's going to cost for the average guy to fix up his car, or how do you determine that?
Basically, because cars are so complex today that you really just can't say it's going to cost you X amount because every car is different, parts are all different. So what we do, once we have an idea what's going to be entailed to repair the car, we give the customer an estimate or give you an estimate, and then we go like, this is what we can do. We try to give the customer a couple options what to do, like prioritize the repairs.
That sounds pretty good. And by the way, thinking about this, I think it's about the right time to get that car in to see Larry's. And Larry's, is actually a really good guy to have a look at your car. Larry's been around a long time. And by the way, thanks for dropping in, Larry.
Thank you, Joe.